everybody. It is Thursday night in Manhattan. We're on the east side of New York City on 59th Street. And we're just going to be skateboarding for about 1 hour. Then we will call it a night. Hey, what's up, Soho? Hope you're well. DJ says, hola, ¿cómo estás? What's going on, DJ? We are on the east side of Manhattan tonight, near the 5th Avenue subway station. And we will be headed down to Park Avenue. Only going to be on for about 1 hour. Just going to take a skate around, explore the city. On Central Park South. Soho guy. What's up, Soho guy? Says I sent you an email. Soho, I'm definitely going to check it out. Thank you for that. L the Original. What's up, L? Welcome to the stream, L the Original. Hope you're well. Solo 401 says, sweet, how's everybody doing? I'm doing well. Doing pretty good. It was a very busy day at work for me, but it looks like we are gonna cruise around the city. Hey, NYC, everything is here. L the Original says, yay, we're skating tonight. Hey, and we got Daniel G, our pal from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and Sunshine After Rain. What's going on, everybody? Hope you all are having a good Thursday. Hope you all are having a... We are right here on 5th Avenue and 59th Street. Solo 401 says, looks like a nice night for a ride. Yeah, it's nice. It's finally not raining for a change. After day of just constant rain. Looks like we're in the clear. Looks like we'll be good. But we'll only be on for about 1 hour tonight. Hey, Michelle McGraw is here. What's up, Michelle? This is one of my favorite statues in the entire New York City. This gold statue right here at Central Park South. Overlooking the entire Billionaires Row, as they call it. So you have 220 Central Park South, you have Central Park Tower, and you also have the Vanderbilt, not the Vanderbilt building, excuse me. I'm blanking on the name of this building. Next to the Plaza Hotel, there we go. Hey, Michelle McGraw's here, says, good evening, everyone. Solo 401 says, stopped raining and the heat turned up. Yes, it did. Cena NSN is here, says hello. What's going on, everyone? Hope you all had a wonderful day. So we're gonna head over to Park Avenue and we're gonna skate all the way to Grand Central Station, where we'll do a quick walkthrough. And then we'll call it a night, guys. Short, easy stream. L the Original says it's cool here tonight, about 68 degrees. Yeah, it's probably about, maybe about 75, 80 here tonight. Maybe about 75, 80 in New York. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We are right here at the Apple Store, 5th Avenue. And last night we saw people on top of the Apple Store cleaning it, which was kind of cool. Hey, and we have Orland Edwards. He says, hey, Tom and everybody. What is going on, everyone? Daniel G says, nice one. Central Park has got 22 statues. Yeah, it's beautiful in Central Park. Daniel G. L the Original says, I finished all my errands today, so I'm resting and shopping online now. There we go. L the Original says, oh yeah, if you sit on those seats, can you see inside the Apple Store? I don't believe so. Let me see. Maybe. That would actually be pretty cool. Whoa, you can. That's crazy. So these seats you could actually see inside. So L the Original is right. So all of these seats here, you could actually see all the way down into the Apple Store, which is nuts. That is so cool. Soho guy says, hey Tom, I'm moving to Massachusetts. Wow, that's crazy. Well, good luck in Massachusetts, Soho. The Magic Walker says, hi, hey, what's up, the Magic Walker? We are here near the Plaza Hotel at the Apple Store. So welcome everybody. Hey Ken, what's up Ken J? What's going on? Ken J says, hello Tom. Michelle McGraw says, what the heck? I know, it's crazy. Look at how beautiful that is. So all of these seats, maybe they're not seats, maybe they're just like skylights. But we could actually see inside the Apple Store from all of them. You guys should check this out. Look at this. That's so cool. So they're actually skylights to the Apple Store. Hey, Sierra Friend is here, says, hey Tom, hope you're having a good evening. I am having a good evening, Sierra Friend. Thank you for being here. Sally's here. What's up, Sally? Out and About is here, says you're starting late. Yeah, we had a very busy day today. So we're gonna be starting a little bit late, probably only be on for about an hour. It was an extremely busy day at work, but the week's almost over. So that's the positive news, that's the good news. So we're gonna head out to Park Avenue and then go to Grand Central Station. And I wanna pass by one of my favorite art galleries here. We'll check out all the art. Everybody had a great Thursday. Hope everybody had a great day at work. So we are on 5th Avenue and 57th Street, East 57th Street. It's a beautiful night out and we are overlooking the Bergdorf Goodman store. The Magic Walker says, I walked on the Beltline Trail here. Nice, Magic Walker, that's awesome. Sunshine After Rain is here. What's up, Sunshine? Photos from Around New York says favorite artist. I'm gonna have to think about that one, but that's a good question, Photos from Around New York. What about you? What's your favorite artist here? Michelle McGraw says they must be skylights. I didn't realize the store was all underground there. Yeah. So Michelle McGraw, the Apple Store is underground. The Apple Store is underground. Sally says, nothing much, just watching you on TV. There we go, that's nice. Hey, and we have Joe Hernandez. What's up, Joe? Welcome to the stream, Joe. It's gonna be a pretty quick stream today. Nothing crazy like the typical three-hour streams we have. But we're gonna head over to Park Avenue and check out some of the stuff, so thank you everybody for joining. Favorite things about being in New York City at night are these steam pipes. They look really, really amazing. Charlie says, ¿Cómo estás? Hey, Charlie. Bien, y tú? Photos from around the York says I like Edward Hopper, the artist Edward Hopper. Solo 401 says Bob Ross is my favorite. Hey, and we have Frankie Allen here. What's up, Frankie Allen? Hey, Graphics Princess says good evening from rural Ohio. Welcome to all of our viewers from Ohio. Ohio seems like a pretty cool place. Thank you everybody for joining. The Magic Walker, I do not believe in any of that stuff, but I do find it quite interesting. Oh, Michelle McGraw is from there too. I didn't know that. Michelle McGraw, I did not know you were from Ohio. Michelle McGraw says go Bucks. So surprisingly enough, a lot of people from New York moved out to Ohio during the pandemic. Probably for more space. So welcome everybody from Ohio. And this is the famous St. Regis Hotel. The famous St. Regis Hotel. Michelle McGraw says it's really not. I think it's kind of cool. Look, any place that is different from New York, it could be a cool experience to visit. You never know. But we're gonna have a pretty nice and easy, relaxing stream. Very busy day at work today. So we're just gonna sort of hang out. Skateboarding over the grates. New York City, love it. Wow, the Vanderbilt building looks amazing tonight.
That is so cool.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, RT is here, interested in your skateboard setup. Deck, wheels, bearings, and trucks, says RT. So welcome, RT. So I'm actually, I just rock like an 8.5 inch board. But this is a board that my friend gave me that's very beat up. So it's not anything special, RT. But what about you? What are you rocking? Do you, a lot of people send me emails that they, what's it called? Longboard. They do longboarding in Manhattan, which is really crazy. The Magic Walker says, the noise scared me though, you hit something. Yeah, so a lot of times when you go over those grates, the sound is like insane. Wow, that was an awesome art gallery. We'll have to turn around and check that out. Hey, Gerald Lee's here. It says, hey, Wall Street Skate Pro. Nice night for skateboarding. How are you? I'm doing really good, Gerald. Very busy day, but we're doing good. What about you, Gerald? Did you do anything exciting today? Hope you had a good day at work. So we're gonna check out this art gallery here on the corner. It was beautiful, and there's also an antique bookstore with all antique books, so we'll check that out. DJ says, where are you going, Tom? Tonight we are going to go to Grand Central Station. Grand Central Station. So thank you everybody for joining. Beautiful night for skateboarding. So here we go. Here we are at the Rare Bookstore. Beautiful, beautiful Rare Bookstore here on Madison Avenue. Hey, Felipe is here. What's up, Felipe? I've been in this bookstore a couple times. I actually have a very rare book from here, but it's extremely, extremely beautiful, this store. Just check out all of the architecture in here. Unreal. Hey, June says attending university webinar while watching Tom's live stream. Well, June, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here from the Philippines. So welcome everybody joining from the Philippines. We're here checking out the Rare Bookstore in Manhattan on Madison Avenue. Graphics Princess says, oh wow, yeah, it's really, really nice here. Beautiful bookstore, says Sunshine After Rain. Really nice. Really, really beautiful. So check this picture out from the rocket launch. It has all of the signatures. And also a picture of the Muhammad Ali fight, which is amazing. And we have a nice Frederick Douglass photograph too. Hey, Mark Davis is here. Mark Davis is our pal from Toronto, Canada. Mark Davis says, hi Tom, good evening there. Hope all is well with you. What's up, Mark Davis? Mark, thank you for joining, my friend. Hope you're well. Out and About says, antique books, you need to wear gloves with that. Yeah, cloth gloves. And a lot of the times they're temperature controlled. So we're here at Madison Avenue, and this is actually a big financial sector. This building's actually called Jeffries. For anybody who's familiar with that, it's called Jeffries. And I love this building because it gets so narrow at the top, but the base of the building, it's super, super wide. Ken J says, always good to see a nice looking bookstore, Ken J. Absolutely, always agree. Mark Davis says, how was your day today, Tom? Doing good here in Toronto. My day was really good. It was very busy, but very productive. Hey, Techno Pink says, looks amazing and super beautiful. Appreciate that. The Daily Walker says, hi. Hey, what's going on? Felipe, all good, man. How you doing? We're doing really good. I'm doing really well. So thank you everybody for joining. I hope you all are having a great one. We're gonna check out some nice art collections here. And we have our pal Techno Pink from the Dominican Republic. What's up, Techno Pink? This is like a luxury suitcase store here. Very beautiful. Hey, and we have Irene Rivas. What's up, Irivas? Irivas always is a great guest of the stream. But here we are at one of my favorite art galleries. So we'll take a look at it. Unbelievably beautiful here. Right here in New York City on Madison Avenue. Hey, Andrew Calhoun is here. He says, I missed 14 minutes. G'day from lockdown in Victoria, Australia. Wow. So Andrew, how is everything in Australia? Are you guys actually in lockdown once again? But it's just unbelievable artwork here. Really beautiful stuff. Some amazing, amazing pieces. Check that out. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I'm a huge art fan. I love art. June says 654 subscribers, Tom. Wow, road to 1K. Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you guys for all the support. That is really crazy. I appreciate all of the new subscribers. And RT says, I skated a lot back in high school and college. Love seeing this perspective of the city, says RT. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate the kind words, RT. Yeah, we just like to skateboard around and look at all the different types of attractions here in New York City. Hey, and we have Dante Rose joining. He says, hey, good night. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing really good. So we're gonna continue our journey down to 42nd Street, Grand Central Station. So there's a lot of retail not office space, but a lot of retail space open here in Manhattan. And I think it'll get filled fairly quickly, well, at least I hope. So I think it'll provide a lot of ways for new businesses returning to New York City to have new opportunities at cheaper rents. So I'll show you all the Jeffries building, because on the stream we talk about finance. So right here is Jeffries, which is a big financial firm on Wall Street. And actually today, I was in the brand new New York Public Library where they have free Bloomberg terminals. So, which was really interesting. I've never seen that before. So if anybody's interested, and if you go to the New York Public Library that just opened up, it's fully remodeled. You could actually use a Bloomberg terminal for free if you just sign up for a library card. So today I was actually using the Bloomberg terminal, and Bloomberg is a piece of software that usually costs about $2,500 per license. But at the New York Public Library, Bloomberg actually donated 6 terminals for free. So that was really, really cool to be able to check that out. So I will definitely be frequent at the new New York Public Library. Hey, Victoria Greco's here. Says, hi Tom, good night. Victoria is our pal from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Ken J says the city is the most beautiful at night because when the lights are on outside the building, it is just so beautiful, says Ken J. Victoria Greco says, buenos noches. Photos from around New York says, what exactly is a Bloomberg terminal? So it's a piece of financial software. So pretty much anytime you work at an investment bank or a hedge fund, or even some consulting firms will utilize a Bloomberg terminal to get real-time financial data in terms of like asset prices. So you can essentially keep tabs on all of the major markets. So the US equities market, emerging markets, currency markets, the bond market, fixed income. Out and About says Jeffries offers a full range of investment banking, equities, fixed income, asset management, and wealth management at 520 Madison Avenue in New York. That is true. That is true. Hey, Sunshine After Rain says, I've been waiting forever now. I think it's delayed. It keeps saying soon, hopefully because it's getting so good. Hey, William Creech. What's up, William? Welcome to the stream, William. We're here right at the Microsoft store. Thank you everybody for joining. Sunshine After Rain says, Tom, LOL, I was talking about a series on Netflix. Sorry about that, Sunshine. I'm trying to keep up on all the comments, guys, so if I miss your comment, I do apologize. Hey, and Marco P says, hey Tom, just got here. What's up, Marco P? Andrew Calhoun is our moderator from Australia. He says, yes, Tom, mostly locked down on east coast of Australia thanks to Sydney's outbreak. We are locked down for 5 days from today. Wow, that's crazy. That's really sad, actually. That's not good. Hey, Susanna. Susanna says hi. What's up, Susanna? We're just hanging out in the city, skateboarding around. And we're gonna make our way to Grand Central Station. quiet night here in Manhattan as we skateboard down 5th Avenue. And we are looking northbound on 5th Avenue at the Nike store. Susanna, thank you for joining the chat. Victoria Greco, hopefully you're well. And Lena is joining. What's up, Lena? Hey, Lady Orleans is here. What's up, Lady Orleans? This is Tom. Good evening. Hello, everyone. So, Lady Orleans, I was checking out that song. That's one of my favorite songs by Dean Martin. I forget the name of it, but I think it's called Everybody Loves Somebody Sometimes. And Dean Martin is one of my favorite musicians, along with the Rat Pack in general. So if you think about Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra, all the greats. So here we are close to Rockefeller Center. Yeah, Lady Orleans says I love Dean Martin. Dean Martin's great. Out and About says, yep, it's a classic. And Victoria Greco says, how was your day at work, Tom? My day was very good. It was extremely, extremely busy. I was on back-to-back conference calls until about, I would say probably 6:30 at night. But it was a very good day, very productive day. What about you, Victoria? Hopefully all was well there in Argentina. And we're standing right outside the St. Patrick's Cathedral, and it's beautiful here. Mark Davis is the Rat Pack. Love the Rat Pack. Joe Hernandez says, Tom, did you hear about the hedge fund manager who bought a seat on Bezos' spaceship for his 18-year-old son? I did hear about that. How crazy is that? To think that in the next couple of years, we're gonna have, you know, it's gonna be normal. I'll make a bold prediction. I think within the next 10 years, I think buying a ticket to go to space will almost be as common as buying a plane ticket to fly to like Miami, Florida. How unbelievable is that? But yeah, I did hear about that. Can you imagine buying a plane ticket to go to space? Well, thank you everybody for joining. We have a lot of new viewers, so thank you everybody who's been subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. So we are here at East 49th Street and 5th Avenue, and that's right on the corner of the famous Saks Fifth Avenue. Lady Orleans says, yep, that's the way of the future. Isn't that crazy, Lady Orleans? Like, imagine that conversation saying, yeah, Dad, I want a plane ticket, or I want a ticket to go to space. Really nuts. Gerald Lee says, Dean Martin sang that song every week on his variety show that he had in the 1960s. I love Dean Martin. I love Dean Martin too. Michelle McGraw says, $28 million, wasn't it? That's crazy. Out and About says, who introduced you to Dean Martin? So I come from a very Italian family. So my grandfather loved Dean Martin. And so does my mom. Check out the new windows at Saks Fifth Avenue. It looks crazy. Photos from around New York says Musk wants to build a spaceport to allow for global travel within minutes. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just think about all of the new opportunities that are going to come out over the next couple years. And that's why, from an investment standpoint, I always like to have the long-term mindset. Right? Because some people can get all gloom and doom, but you have to realize in the next couple of years, we're going to be sending people to space, which is crazy if you really think about that. Look at this. This is like a dog. It's a dog purse Would anybody use this dog purse? That thing looks kind of cool. Hey, Rebel Poet 71, is Chanel making paints? It looks like it. The Jetsons is becoming a reality now, I know. Really crazy. So let's take a walk around. Let's take a quick walk around Rockefeller Center. Victoria Greco says, I love the dog purse. Everybody seems to have those electric scooters. I even see a lot of business people have the electric scooters now in the city. Wow, that's a nice view. Check this out, everyone. Hey, Lydia says, we're going to be telling our kids back in the day plane rides were hours long, not minutes. Oh my God, can you imagine that? Lady Orleans says the dog purse would make a great conversation piece, but it's not a practical handbag, at least not for me. Sunshine After Rain says it's cute. I wouldn't use it though. I couldn't imagine like the practicality of that. But maybe they just do it for fun, who knows? All right, everybody, we're coming up on an amazing, really, really cool art gallery. It's called Eden Fine Arts. And this is my favorite Eden Fine Arts because there is another one in Soho, which is really, really beautiful. I always like to come here after work and just sort of check out all the new pieces. So it's really cool and beautiful here. Rebel Poets is more like a concept piece. High Fashion puts out some absurd stuff. You're absolutely right. Rebel Poet, what are those guys doing? I'm not sure. I think they were putting up some sort of sign. I'm not too sure. Photos from around New York says, oh, they moved that statue. It was at 30 Rock. Yeah, they took it down about a week ago. Gerald Lee says, Tom, do you like Vic Damone? He was a great singer and contemporary of Dean's. No, I've never even heard of him. Gerald Lee, to be honest with you, I've never heard of him. To be honest, I have not heard of him, my friend. But feel free to drop some of his songs in the chat because I'm a huge fan of Dean Martin, the Rat Pack, and all those guys. Wow, look at that. That's really beautiful. So it's a tiger, but it has a butterfly on its eye. Unbelievable. Rebel Poet, no, we can't do that. Yeah. Joe Hernandez says, I saw a great horror movie from Britain called Eden Lake. It was an awesome movie, says Joe Hernandez. Look at these ones. It's like two people tangoing. Very nice. I can only imagine how much this costs. I can only imagine. Ken J, so in your opinion, Tom, would you buy into... Hold on, Ken, let me read your comment there, my friend. Ken Jesu, in your opinion, Tom, would you buy into companies that are into outer space in the future? Yeah, I think it deserves a spot in your portfolio, but I wouldn't put all of my money in those specific stocks. It looks like we got a big traffic jam. Hey, we have JR Wells says, hello, Tom. Jay from Toronto. Hey, what's up, Jay from Toronto? Welcome to the stream. Lydia says the two people doing the tango is going to be Tom in Central Park with his salsa dance teacher one of these nights. All right. Ireva says Jerry Lewis was really funny movies. So I think, some of those things, I think it's important to get some exposure to those type of companies. But the only issue I have is those companies don't have any earnings yet. So whenever there's a correction in the stock market, let's say if there's an overall correction in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, what's going to happen is the stocks that are going to sell off the most, are the companies that don't have any earnings. So all of these speculative stocks that may have unbelievable revolutionary products, in bull markets they will perform very well, but once things take a turn for the worse, those tend to sell off more than others. And here is our friend of the stream, the Cause statue. Always love having this on the stream. All the viewers call it Elmo. Everybody's like, looks like Elmo, which it kind of does. In full transparency, it does. Rebel Poet 71 says there's a great sci-fi TV show set in space, The Expanse. It's in the near future where humans, get to the edge of our solar system. Very interesting. Ireva says there's our pink friend. There he is. This building is one of my favorites. It's so clean on the inside. They keep it so clean. JR Well, thank you for being here. Gus says, do you think we are headed for a stock crash? The true answer is I don't know. I think if anybody says that they do know that, I really don't think that they're telling the truth. It's very, very difficult to predict tops and bottoms. I would rather average into the market over time, and when the market does correct or quote unquote crash, I would much rather look for companies to buy that have great earnings growth. Solo401 says, yeah, if you bought Elmo of Wish, looks nothing like Elmo. I know. Yeah, it makes me think of pink marshmallow fluff. Ken J says that is true, Tom. Yeah. Rebel Poet says when it comes to finance and money, my knowledge is limited to the following. They're called dollars, and with 5 of them I could buy a box of Entenmann's donuts. Hey, there we go, Rebel Poet. Nice. Prices range between $4,500 and $73.80. Nice. But it is kind of cool. It is kind of cool. Yeah, so Ken J, the only thing that I would say is it's good to have some exposure to those companies like SpaceX. Or and you could have exposure through other companies, right? So if you want exposure to all of the exploration stuff, I would just buy an innovative company like Tesla, because Tesla, you never know that they could branch off and do something else. You never know, but it's just very risky to own stocks that don't have earnings. It's better to own stocks that do have earnings, because I'm telling you, once the market corrects, let's say, for example, we have roughly, let's just say it's a really bad bear market and the S&P 500 falls 30%. If the S&P 500 falls 30%, it's almost a certainty that individual stocks are going to be down double that, especially growth stocks. So if you have a company that doesn't have any earnings and the overall market is down 30%, those stocks can be down 60%. So I just think it's really good to make sure you have your risk management on point, and not to put too much money into names that don't have any earnings. Hey, Catherine Capasso is here. What's up, Catherine? Long time no see. We love having Catherine on the stream. Thank you for being here, Catherine. We're going to take a walk around Rockefeller Center. Gus says, what do you think about crypto coins? So I think the vast majority of them are scams. But as we talked about before on the channel, I do see a value proposition for digital currencies such as Bitcoin, mainly due to the fact of remittance payments. Because I think it's easy for people that live in the United States of America to say, oh, we don't need a digital currency like Bitcoin. But in other countries where you have rampant inflation, I think it's a way to build some more autonomy over your wealth. Hey, Taga Kale says, are there any good steak shops in Midtown? Yeah, there are. There are. We'll go to some tonight. We will check some out tonight. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Look at how beautiful it looks. It looks really amazing. Wow. Really, really nice. Catherine Capasso says, yes, I've been working a lot. I've been working a lot too. But Taga, there's some really good steak places in Midtown that I take some of my clients to. But my favorite steakhouse in New York City, Taga, is called Delmonico's, and it's actually in Lower Manhattan, which we've been to a couple times on the stream. Victoria Greco's is amazing view. Yeah, St. Patrick's Cathedral is one of my favorite, I guess you could call it like churches / cathedrals in the city. There's a lot of other churches and cathedrals that are beautiful, but I mean, I don't think you could top St. Patrick's. Dante Rose. So my favorite spot, Dante, if you're gonna come to New York, you have to go to an Italian restaurant called, and it's spelled B-E-C-C-O. Check this out, everyone. Wow. They're lifting this thing. Maybe they're installing something in the Rockefeller Center that looks unreal. Looks amazing. Yeah, Solo 401 says Delmonico's is fire. It's awesome. Taga Kale says, I'm Catholic and I always stop by St. Patrick's Thursday night, 6 p.m. service. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really cool, Taga. But Dante, check out this place called Becco, B-E-C-C-O. It's a very good Italian place, which is one of my favorite restaurants. And also another place that I would go to is called Senn, S-E-N-N, and it's for anybody that likes Thai food. I'm not sure if there's any fans of Thai food in the chat, but my good friend owns the restaurant, and it's on 82nd Street and Amsterdam Avenue, and it's called Senn, S-E-N-N. And it's an extremely, extremely good Thai food restaurant. Really, really nice. So I'm actually in the process of programming the Nightbot to be able to give restaurant suggestions to anybody who's in the chat that wants to visit New York to come to some of the greatest restaurants. But those are my two personal favorites. So B-E-C-C-O and then Senn, S-E-N-N. And if anybody's interested in Korean food, what I would go to is a place called Take 31. So I'll put it in the chat and you guys have to check this out. So T-A-K-E 31. I put it in the chat and it's amazing. So anytime you're in New York City, you have to go to Koreatown and check it out. I just put it in the chat for anybody who wants to take a look. Yes, and photos from around New York says exclamation point coffee. So if you do exclamation point coffee, it's gonna drop the two names of the coffee shops that I think are the best in New York City. And one of them is called Black Press Coffee, and it's on 72nd Street in Columbus. It's an unbelievable coffee place for anybody who likes cold brews, espressos. Very good place. And my second favorite coffee shop is Gasoline Alley Coffee, and that is in Soho. We passed that actually the other night on the stream. Check out this toy store. So this FAO Schwartz, this actually used to be near the Apple Store. A lot of people don't know that, but when I was growing up and coming into the city, this FAO Schwartz toy store was not here. It was actually 59th Street, where the Apple Store was. Victoria Greco says, I love all food, so any recommendation is okay. I'm taking notes. JR Wealth says, I'm well, thanks. Hope you're well also. Marco P says, love all foods. Yeah, tell him Tom sent you. So if you ever, so I'm serious, if anybody ever goes to Sen, it's a Thai restaurant on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. You could say, hey, Tom told me to come here, and they'll know exactly who you're talking about. Because one of my really good friends owns the restaurant, and it's amazing, amazing food. Dante Rose says, thanks, no problem. Soho Guy Yo says, fun stream. Yeah, Soho, I thought we would tone it down a little bit from our conversation yesterday about the Federal Reserve. So I think it's a pretty good topic to sort of ease things in on a Thursday after a long day of work. So we'll just continue to talk about food, good restaurants. Ooh, I'll make one more recommendation for everybody in the chat. So we have a lot of Egyptian viewers, and I've actually had some emails from people that watch the show. And so one of my favorite places to eat in New York City is at an Egyptian restaurant called Zuba, Z-O-O-B-A. So for anybody who likes Egyptian cuisine, it's unbelievable. Really, really nice place. And the people are very friendly too. Hey, and we have NYC97 in the chat. What's up, NYC97? Always good to see you. Says hello, how's it going, Tom? It's going pretty well, NYC97. It was a very busy day at work. Probably worked almost 13 hours tonight, or today. But now we're just skating around the city and talking about some restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah, Rebel Poet says there's a good halal cart near here. It's called the Dells. Yeah, so if anybody is interested in halal food, this is by far the best halal cart in the city. By far. You can't even compare it. And it's called the Dells Famous. And it's unreal. We'll take a skate past it. We'll skate past it real quick. But it's probably arguably one of the best halal carts in the city. I know a lot of tourists usually go to Halal Guys, which is near the Hilton Hotel. But there's actually one here that's a lot better. And it's right there across the street. So right here. Taga Kale says, have you been to Rest Steakhouse? I have not. Yeah, Ken J says, I did not know that toy store was open. I want to take a walk through Rockefeller Center tonight, so let's actually skate back around and go back to Rockefeller Center. The grates again. The sidewalk grates are a skateboarder's worst enemy. NYC97 says I'm obsessed with Halal Guys. NYC 97. If you really like halal, guys, you have to try Adele's. That place is amazing. You gotta try it. Who here in the chat has been to Adele's? So this is a nice outdoor dining area at Rockefeller Center. They made it really nice for the outdoor dining here. Right here at Rockefeller Plaza. Rebel Poet 71 says, I've been to Adele's a lot. I've been there too. So speaking of steak, this is another steak place, Del Frisco's. Del Frisco's is a very good place to get a steak here in Manhattan. The Daily Walker says, for the best Bangladeshi food, go to Jackson Heights, Queens, or Jamaica, Queens. The Daily Walker, do you have any specific recommendations for us? Because I don't think I've ever had Bangladeshi food. So Daily Walker, you have any recommendations for the chat? Yes, Lady Orleans says Del Frisco's amazing. Lady Orleans, Del Frisco's is really good. Really, really good. Check out the outside here. It's an outdoor bar. It's really nice. Bangladeshi food, Hillside Avenue near Jamaica, Queens. Ooh, everybody, so please take a screenshot of that. The Daily Walker just put a recommendation in the chat. He says, yes, Sago Restaurant. I'm gonna check that out. So that's in Jamaica, Queens, or Jackson Heights. Daily Walker. Taka Kale says, are the shops and stores downstairs? I don't think so right now. So they're doing a complete renovation. So as of right now, if you go down into the basement of Rockefeller Center, everything will look like this. So if you see this sort of board right here, if you see that big board right there, everything looks like that. So it's all boarded off and they're doing construction. Out and About says, this is on my list of places to check out. Industry Pizza in Brooklyn, New York, 254 South 2nd Street. 254 South 2nd Street. Nice. And this is the top of the rock. I don't know, has anybody been to the top of the rock? I've been 2 times when I was younger to the top of the rock, and it was a beautiful view. Really unbelievable. But this is where they have all the ice skating outside during the winter time. Right here. Lady Orleans says, I don't think I've ever had Bangladeshi food. Thanks for the suggestions, the Daily Walker. Yeah, absolutely. So look at this. It looks like they're building something outside here. I don't know if you guys can see. Is it coming out good on the stream? Place where they used to have the ice skating rink. So right here is where they always have the ice skating and the Christmas tree. Hey, Daniel G says, Tom, good night. Sorry can't stay any longer, but duty calls. Have a nice Friday. Good night, everybody. We'll take it easy, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining. Daniel is our pal from Buenos Aires, Argentina. So Daniel, thank you for joining as always. And we're overlooking the top of the rock. But Daniel, we'll see you later, man. Mark Davis says, Tom, I was there in 2018, the top of the rock. Nice. I would like to go again, even though it's sort of like a touristy thing, but I would really like to go again. The main thing that I want to go is I want to go to the Edge. The Edge looks really cool. I'm not sure if anybody who's in the chat has been to the Edge, but it looks amazing. Hey, and we have Gregory Kelly in the stream. He says, hey, Skate Bro, nice to see you live. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Taga Kale says, congrats Daniel on your Copa America win. Yeah, absolutely, Argentina. And congratulations to the Italians on their Euro 2020 win. But thank you everybody for joining. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. The Daily Walker says, nothing beats my mom's cooking though when it comes to Bangladeshi food. She makes the best curries. When I was in New York City a few weeks ago, oh nice. I tried some from the restaurants. That's awesome. So the Daily Walker, I'm assuming you're Bangladeshi. That's amazing. I'd love to try some home cooked food. Taga Kale says, taking my girls to the edge in September. They're gonna love it, Taga. They're gonna really, really love that. It's so beautiful. Hey, Lady Justice is here. Says, hey Tom, hey guys. What's up, Lady Justice? Thank you so much for joining. The Daily Walker says, yes, but raised in Ohio. Catherine Capasa says, go Italy. Absolutely, there we go. Sally says, you're welcome, Tom. I've been to the Rockefeller Center. Hey, Fancy Face is here. Always love having Fancy Face on the stream. Says, good evening, everybody. Hi, Skate Pro. Lady Orleans is Italian. There we go. I love coming here and looking at the fountains. It's really, really beautiful. Photos from around New York says, Edge seems really cool. Pastor says, I want to go to the Edge too. Gregory Kelly says, the Edge scares me. I know, it kind of scares me too, but I definitely want to check it out. I think it's like, what is it, $35 everyone to go up to the Edge? But I think it's worth it. I mean, you got to do it at least once. Well, check this out. They made it like an outdoor sandbox. Hey, we have Cosmo Scary in the house. What's up, Cosmo? Hope you're well, Cosmo. TOR has great views, 2 levels. Absolutely. Union Square Cafes is out and about. Solo 401 says all the rooftops are about $35. So they did a really nice job here at the Rockefeller Center. Very beautiful. So check out the top of the rock. Look at how high it goes. Victoria Greco says top of the rock is $42. Yes. Wow, that's crazy. Out and About says Blue Ribbon, 97 Sullivan Street in New York City. Out and About, I'm gonna have to rewatch the stream to go to some of these places that you're talking about. Solo 401 is our pal from Rhode Island. Says get the New York pass and hit all the rooftops up for $99. That's a great idea. So Rockefeller Center is centrally located here in Manhattan, and you can see a beautiful view of the St. Patrick's Cathedral. Really nice. Gregory Kelly says, just today, I saw David Rockefeller's money clip with Rock Center sold for 83, is that million? Or 83,000? Hey, and we got Jimmy Anderson's here. What's up, Jimmy Anderson? We love having Jimmy Anderson in the chat. One of our favorites on the stream. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy Anderson says, cheers from STL. Went to the top of the rock on a senior trip in high school. Nice, Jimmy. Jimmy Anderson, hope you're well. Hope you had a good day. Happy Thursday. And everybody, it's Friday tomorrow. Can you believe that? This week is flying by. Out and About says New York Distilling Company, 79 Richardson Street in Brooklyn, New York. Nice. Taga Kale says, I love St. Patty's Cathedral. So we'll continue our journey down. We're gonna take a little lap through Grand Central Station. The Daily Walker says, Tom, what type of music do you listen to relax? So yeah, one of my favorite things to do to relax is listen to classical music. So if you think about Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., the Rat Pack, all of those guys. Solo 401 says, Edge, there are various tiers of tickets. Adults at $36, 31, children's ages 6 to 11, and $34 for seniors. Nice. New York City residents get a small discount. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Jimmy Anderson says, good to see you live. Happy almost Friday. Absolutely. Same to you, Jimmy. Thank you for joining. I go into this H&M a lot, actually. One thing about Fifth Avenue at night is that there's very few people. So you can pretty much skateboard down the middle of the runway here without harassing any people. So that's sort of why I like to skateboard down Fifth. You know, let's take a detour through the Diamond District. I don't think we've ever been to the Diamond District on the channel. Jimmy Anderson says, so many commercials filmed at Grand Central Station. Taga says, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's hit the like button, guys, and share this on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, Taga. Appreciate that. BASFX says, hello, Wall Street Skate Bro. It's me, Barry. I have not been here a while since the name change. How are you? I'm really good. So, Barry, welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to have you here in the chat. Victoria says, this is my first entire week at work after COVID. Wow. I feel like a lot of people are getting back to the office, which is good. So this is New York City's Diamond District, which is home to some of the most expensive diamonds and jewelry in New York City. And one of my good friends from college, actually, their family owned a small little boutique here where they would sell diamonds and things like that. So this is the New York City Diamond District, so there's always a big police presence here. And at night, you'll notice there's nothing. It's all cleared out at night because they take all the merchandise and they don't want it being left out for obvious reasons. So if you come here at night, you're not gonna see anything. But if you come here during the day, you're gonna see hundreds of people shopping for expensive jewelry, everything. So it's a pretty cool place to come and visit during the day, during business hours, so you can see what it's like in the New York City Diamond District. Check out this one. So there's tons of boutique diamond places here. So everybody will have their little booth, and it's essentially like, you could think about it as like a stock market, but for diamonds. Really, really cool. Solo 401 says, I never stopped working. There we go, Solo. Wow, Michelle McGraw says, tickets to the Edge on July 4th were $225. Wow. Victoria Greco says, my first entire week of work after being at home for weeks because of COVID. I'm exhausted. Well, take it easy, Victoria. Hopefully you're sitting back and enjoying the stream. Photos from around New York says, let's skip Friday and just make it Saturday tomorrow. I'm down. But yeah, the Daily Walker, that's sort of the type of music I like to listen to. But yeah, that's a good Italian spot, Becco's. Very good Italian restaurant. Check that out. Look at how cool that is here in the Diamond District. Yeah, Solo 401, that's true. They tell you to keep walking, especially during the day, yeah. Which I get, because they may think you're trying to case the place or something like that, which is a good observation. So you'll know you're in the Diamond District when you see these two poles sticking out of the air. And they are diamonds. It's pretty cool. James's Action Kid was in Los Angeles. Yeah, I was watching that today. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I would ever, I don't know. Maybe I would take a trip to Los Angeles, California. I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, Action Kid was there today. It looked pretty nice. Looked really nice, actually. DJ says nice. Absolutely, DJ. So this is actually my old office. I used to sit right there in the corner spot in the window. I worked there for many years. A big hedge fund, D.E. Shaw, is in this building. And D.E. Shaw is the hedge fund where Jeff Bezos actually worked. Jeff Bezos worked for D.E. Shaw before he quit his job to start a little company I think we all know, which is Amazon. So kind of crazy, but it is true. So I used to walk right through these doors almost every single day to go to work. Back in the good old days, 1166 Avenue of the Americas. Still the same security guard that's there from when I was there a long time ago. Not really a long time ago, I just left last year. But that building is called the Marsh and McLennan Building. So a big consulting firm. And I think unfortunately Marsh and McLennan was one of the businesses that lost, I think, the second most amount of employees on 9/11, which is unfortunate, which is really terrible. And then they moved here. So when I was in that building, it was me, it was D.E. Shaw, which is a quantitative hedge fund, and it was Marsh McLennan. Yeah, me, D.E. Shaw, and Marsh McLennan. Oh, and Investco as well. Investco was in that building. And SoftBank also had an office there before their WeWork adventure went sort of went upside down. Photos from around New York says never heard of Amazon. Yeah, never heard of them. Never heard of them. It's a beautiful night out here in New York City. So we'll stop here at the light. We're back on 5th Avenue. And we're right in front of the NBA store, so the big basketball store. Mark R. Davis says Cantor Fitzgerald lost the most employees, Tom, that day. Yes. So Cantor Fitzgerald as well as Marsh McLennan, which is so terrible. It's really, really tragic. Really, really sad. Very unfortunate. So in that building, we have a very nice 9/11 memorial right there. Solo 401 says there's a clear fishing wire tied around Manhattan. The Daily Walker says, hey Tom, you have become my favorite streamer. You have a great personality and seem very friendly. Also, we learn about finance. Well, I thank you, Daily Walker. That's very kind of you to say that. I appreciate everybody that's joining the streams. Thank you, everybody. So thank you so much, the Daily Walker. Yeah, BAF. I'm just gonna call you FX. Yeah, FX. The NBA store is really giant here. Taga Kale says, can't wait to be back home in September. I miss New York City. So Taga, where are you now? Where are you located now? Are you in Ohio, I think you said? I forget. But yeah, so speaking about coming back to New York City, I was actually just reading an article in the Wall Street Journal the other night where they said New York City is almost all the way back to where it was pre-pandemic in terms of the rent. Isn't that crazy? I think if you would have told anybody, fast forward 1 year, would the rents in New York City be back to where they were? And they would have said you're crazy. Oh, FX, I was gonna tell you, so I'm glad you're joining the stream. The new New York Public Library actually has 6 Bloomberg terminals that the public can use for free, which is really nice. So Bloomberg actually donated 6 Bloomberg terminals to the brand new New York Public Library. So if you think about the Stephen Schwarzman building, right across the street is the brand new library. And you could actually set an appointment to use their Bloomberg terminals. So if anybody's interested in sort of getting a feel what it's like to work on Wall Street, to use these tools, to use all these financial tools, you could actually have access to it for free at the New York Public Library, which is cool, and it's right here. So I thought that was something that was really interesting. So I actually took a little pit stop by the New York Public Library tonight after work, and I was using their Bloomberg terminals. So this right here is the main Stephen Schwarzman New York Public Library, and I took a little bit of a walk around the other day, and it's absolutely beautiful in there. But right across the street is the brand new library that they just built in New York City. And if you go to the 5th floor, it's the business center. It's the New York City Business Center. And they have 6 Bloomberg terminals you could use absolutely for free. Which, for anybody, I'm not sure if the ABX girl is in the chat, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But a Bloomberg terminal is a piece of financial software where it's essentially the most vital piece of software to work on Wall Street. You can get real-time commodities prices, equities prices, everything. A lot of companies, all of their financials, all of their data are on those Bloomberg terminals. So you can do your financial analysis and export all of that data to Excel to make your financial modeling and all that stuff. So it's really, really cool that if you go there and you make an appointment, you can use the Bloomberg terminals for free, which is really, really unique. FX says, I think it's so interesting you get almost real-time data from those terminals. Yeah, so I think the most important thing about it is the fundamentals and the financials that you can get on all of these companies. So it really assists when you're, doing your discounted cash flow models. So it's really good that they have free Bloomberg terminals there. Revis says groceries are going up. Victoria Greco says really never heard of it. That's sad. Yeah, so obviously Bloomberg is owned by Michael Bloomberg, which he was actually the mayor of this city in New York City. The Daily Walker says the Fed chair is getting nervous about the inflation. Yeah, the Daily Walker, we were actually just talking about that yesterday on the stream. That was our topic of the day. We were talking about the Federal Reserve. So thank you everybody for joining the streams. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the new subscribers and all the new viewers. So thank you all for joining. Feel free to hit the like button if you like this sort of content. And we hope to see you all soon. Yeah, FX, those terminals are about $2,500 a month. $2,500 per month for a Bloomberg terminal. So it's really nice that Bloomberg was able to donate that to the New York Public Library for free. But it is by appointment only. It is appointment only. That's one of the things. Solo 401 says Bloomberg can bite me. So funny. Hey, Andrew's here. Andrew Calhoun. Hey, Andrew, were you watching Action Kid in LA this week? The weather looked awesome. Our friend Action Kid was in Los Angeles, California. So we're going to see a nice view of the Chrysler building, as well as One Vanderbilt and Grand Central Station. Everybody, check this out. Get a load of this view of the Chrysler building. Wow. Andrew Calhoun says, yes, always watching Action Kid and his snipers. What is that, Andrew? Action Kid and his snipers. I was watching it today. It looked really nice. LA looked really, really nice. FX says, yes, nice. Of them, of course. The average clients can't afford that unless he's a fund manager. Yep, that is true, FX. So here we are at Grand Central Station. Hey, Roy, what's up, Roy? Roy says, good evening, Tom. Wow, that view is amazing. Roy, we always love having Roy on the stream. Our pal Roy is back. What's up, man? We were skateboarding from Central Park South from the Apple Store. We went all the way down Park Avenue, past Rockefeller Center, and now we are here at Grand Central Station. Tiger Chaos' $1 billion view right there. But Roy, nice to see you again, man. Hope you're well. So this is the broker that I use right across the street. That's who I use. Charles Schwab is the broker that I use, as well as Interactive Brokers. So we're passing Pershing Square, and if you think of Pershing Square, you can think of Bill Ackman. And Bill Ackman is a hedge fund manager at Pershing Square, and he is most famous for making about $1 billion buying swaps on the S&P 500 during the coronavirus stock market crash. Bill Ackman nearly made $1 billion in a week by buying swaps on the S&P 500. So we were talking about this before on the stream, but the Campbell Bar, the Campbell Apartments, is really, really nice in here. So if anybody Googles the Campbell Bar or the Campbell Apartments, really, really beautiful inside here at Grand Central Station. Does Schwab have a good Roth IRA? Yeah, you can set up a Roth IRA, Taga, through Charles Schwab, absolutely. Marco Peace is Art Deco in its finest Chrysler building. Photos from around New York says it really is. There's a Pershing Square in LA. Action Kid passed it today. Iriva says there was a lot of nice areas to see in LA with Action Kid, and he also showed the homeless, which was very sad. Yeah, so there's supposedly a lot more homeless people in Los Angeles as opposed to New York City, which is very difficult to believe, but I guess it is true. But LA has a really big problem with that. Andrew Calhoun says Action Kid got sniped when they crashed the live stream yesterday. So are they just saying hi? They don't do anything malicious, right? To Action Kid? So this is the Vanderbilt at 1 Vanderbilt here at 42nd Street. Beautiful building. The lobby looks really amazing. Roy says, thanks Tom, all is well here. I used to work at a company called Tipco. They made software similar to Bloomberg terminals in the late 90s. Wow. So Roy, what did you do? Were you in sales for them? Check out this Rolls Royce, it looks very nice. So Roy, yeah, we were talking about the new New York Public Library. You could actually go there and use the Bloomberg terminals 100% for free. Absolutely free. Andrew says, well, not usually malicious, but you watch and see what you think. Got it. Yeah, I really liked Action Kid's stuff today. Action Kid was very nice. Cosmo Scary says, what makes Schwab better than Fidelity? I don't really think that there's any real difference, to be honest, Cosmo. I think now pretty much all brokers are the same. The only thing that I would stay away from definitely is Robinhood. I would never in a million years ever put my money near Robinhood. So here we are at Grand Central Terminal, Pershing Square Plaza. See what our main man Roy has to say. Roy says, I just graduated in comp science and was doing quality assurance testing. Nice, Roy. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Photos from around New York says he stayed about a block away from Skid Row today. He just zoomed in, he plugged another channel/video to view it in more detail. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, just as long as they don't do anything malicious, which is good. But from everything I've been hearing about LA, everybody talks about LA being so dirty and things like that, but when I was watching Action Kid's stream, it didn't seem too dirty. In all honesty, it really didn't. It didn't seem dirty at all. But maybe I wasn't watching the correct parts. Cosmo Scary says people on the internet like to exaggerate bad things about cities. Yeah, that's true. I think negativity gets more clicks than positivity. Roy says, thanks, Tom. Hope you're well too. No problem, Roy. So here on the east side of Manhattan. So Park Avenue is home to some of the world's largest hedge funds and investment banks. So I was on the Bloomberg terminal today, and for fun, I was just looking up Jamie Dimon's full executive compensation. And Jamie Dimon is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. And so this is a really good topic to talk about because I go into it a lot on this stream about executive compensation in America. So Jamie Dimon's salary is only $1.5 million. And And you may say, only $1.5 million, Tom, that's crazy, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but when you think about it, Jamie Dimon made $32 million last year. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, made $32 million last year, but his basic salary was only $1.5 million. And the reason for that is because the majority of executive compensation is made up through stock options. So as the price of JP Morgan stock goes up, the value of Jamie Dimon's options go up 2 times or 3 times. So his total compensation was like $32 million. Really crazy to think about. Really, really crazy to think about. And we are coming up on the New York Public Library. My new favorite place in all New York City. The New York Public Library. Here we are. Look at how clean it looks. So this is the brand new New York Public Library. And if you go to the 5th floor, it'll be the business center. The business center where you could use the Bloomberg terminals for free. Irebus says the news always shows the bad parts of LA. Hey, Ibrahim is here. What's up, Ibrahim? Ibrahim Azam is our good friend of the stream. Hey, and Karen Alcaraz is here. Karen, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Michelle McGraw says it has a cool rooftop. Yeah, Michelle, I was on the rooftop the other night. It's very beautiful. But Karen, welcome to the stream, Karen. Karen says hi. Solo401 says, I want to eat at that diner under the bridge. So we're overlooking Bryant Park, and you can see the Bank of America Tower as well as the H&M Tower here in New York City. Check out the view. It looks beautiful, amazing. Check that out. Irebus says, when I visit New York, that's where I'd want to visit, the library in Grand Central Station. Yeah, so if anybody wants to visit the new library, here it is. Everything is so modern and beautiful. It's amazing here. They did a great job. There's so many free resources in this building. You could sit here all day and pretty much learn about any topic you want and teach yourself any skill you want, all from the New York Public Library. I was thinking about that today, guys, and I was like, wow, I can come to the New York Public Library every single day. I can have access to unlimited information, and to top it all off, I have access to a Bloomberg terminal. It's just like, it's like such a blessing. It's unbelievable. Check that out. They did a great job here. Roy says Manhattan at night is breathtaking. I agree, Roy. Solo401 says picturesque. Hey, Mark Davis. I see Mark Davis in the stream. So Mark Davis is a very good friend of the stream. He is from Toronto, Canada. And Mark Davis works in the medical marijuana field. So thank you, Mark, for all the work you're doing, my friend. Yeah, Solo401 says that table, though, it's beautiful here in Manhattan. Taga Kale says, are there any kids zone in the new library, like the main library across the street? Yeah, so if you go, Taga Kale, if you go downstairs, it's an entire kids section downstairs. It's beautiful. Hey, Melanie Sam is here. Says banana fish flashbacks. Ibrahim Azam says sometimes we ignore the opportunities to learn. That's okay. Well, there's always more opportunity out there, Ibrahim. So thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for all of the new subscribers. So this Friday, I may want to try out doing a live stream, as we talked about before, from my desk, so we could sort of see how I, go about valuing specific companies. So we'll run through some financial modeling on the desk. I'll pull up sort of my software, how I do it. So maybe if I can find the correct streaming software, we'll definitely do that tomorrow night, which is Friday. So for anybody interested in that, it'll sort of be like, say if I'll pick a company like CrowdStrike, we'll go on sec.gov and we'll go through the 10Ks, the 10Qs, and I'll sort of build out these financial models so everybody can see how I do it for free. Well, check out that view of the Bank of America Tower, everyone, as well as the Salesforce Tower. Unbelievable here at Bryant Park. Beautiful night. Excuse me, sorry about that. So here we are at the backside of the New York Public Library. Ibrahim Azam's is the Bank of America Tower, is one of my favorite skyscrapers in New York City. Mark Davis says it's raining here a little bit in Toronto. Photos from around New York says the gift shop sells mini NYPL chairs. Really? Wow. Those chairs are specifically designed for the New York Public Library. Yeah, so you know what was crazy? Yesterday I went into the brand new New York Public Library, and I think I actually ran into the lady that designed the entire thing. She designed the entire thing. I'm not sure what her name was, but everybody was taking pictures with her. But yeah, it's beautiful. They did a great job. See, I'm super optimistic about the city. The city's coming back. We have great public spaces here. I'm so optimistic for the future of New York. It's gonna be amazing. So fun fact, everybody, the Gutman Community College, this actually used to be called the New Community College, the NEW Community College. And I was actually going to enroll here. I was so close to going here, but I didn't. I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Ireba says, when you were very young, did you play video games like kids today, or did your parents encourage you to read? I never really got into it, Irene Rebus, to be honest with you. I never, ever really got into video games. I was a big soccer player, so I was always outside playing soccer. But I didn't really take a like for reading until about freshman year of college. Once I entered college, I just started reading and learning everything. And I think that's what a lot of people will find, because when you go off to college, especially to a place like New York City, you see all the opportunity and you're like, oh my God, look at all this opportunity out here. I don't want to waste any of this opportunity, so I'm going to take every single advantage that I can to learn and read and network. So that's sort of what I did. Out and About says battery check. I think we're on 20% battery out and about. So we're here at the Bank of China Tower right here, Bank of China. Mark Davis says, who is your favorite soccer player internationally? I would say Lionel Messi, Argentina. Yeah, Michelle McGraw, I thought he was going to walk out in front of me too. That's why I don't really go fast when I'm on the sidewalk in New York. It's not worth it. I'd rather be safe and go slow. So we'll go down to the Empire State Building and then we'll call it a night. Ooh, Target Chaos is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So Zlatan is from Sweden, right? Sweden, I believe. Doesn't he play for the Swedish national team? What about you, Mark Davis? Who's your favorite international soccer player? Cristiano Ronaldo? Out and about says Swan. So this is actually my friend's office building right here. Mark Davis is Messi, there we go. Mark Davis says I like Ronaldo. Okay. But I don't think we'll ever get better soccer players than we did back in the day with the old Brazilian national team. Remember them with the Ronaldinho and all them? Those were the greatest. Those were the greatest by far. Ronaldinho, Robinho. Those are by far my favorites. Cosmo Scarius is speaking of soccer. I'm re-rendering my video. Nice Cosmo, let me know how that works out, man. Ooh, Kaká, yes, Kaká was also another great Brazilian soccer player. Kaká. What's another like old school soccer player that was amazing? Not Pele. I remember Ronaldinho, Robinho. Who else? There's a couple others. Like some of the all-time greats. So if anybody wants to look this up on YouTube, my favorite soccer game ever played, or my favorite goal, I should say, is by Troy Deeney. And that was when Watford, he plays for Watford. So if anybody looks that up, Troy Deeney scored the winning goal to send Watford to Wembley in 2013. That was an amazing goal. Pele. So here we are, everybody. We are at the Empire State Building. Photos from around New York says Swan. There we go. We have a nice view of the Empire State Building tonight. Hey, Leah's here. What's up, Leah? Leah Fritas says, hey y'all, hi Wall Street Skate Bro, another amazing chat. Leah, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ooh, Tagas is the old Colombia national team squad. Well, the new Colombia national team squad is still really good, in my opinion. Mark Davis says, Tom, do you still play soccer? Yeah, I play a little bit, but due to the coronavirus, there were no men's leagues in New York City anymore. So we're here at Macy's. Mark R. Davis is Paul Rossi, yes. Soccer players are great actors. No one plays up an injury better, says Solo 401. That is true. That's true. But I think soccer players are also the most in shape. Would you say? Would you agree with that statement? That soccer players are the most in shape? Because I mean, if you think about it, soccer players, sometimes you could run 10 miles in one match, especially if you're a center midfielder, which is the position I was in. I was a center midfielder, and sometimes during the games, I could run up to 10 miles in one game. Taga, yeah, so there's two New York teams. The New York Red Bulls play in Harrison, New Jersey, and NYCFC plays at Yankee Stadium. And I remember I would watch some of the games at NYCFC when they had Mix Diskerud. Remember him? Mix Diskerud is an American soccer player. He was on the USA national team, and it was Mix Diskerud, Pirlo, Andrea Pirlo for any Italian fans. Pirlo actually played at NYCFC in New York City. I love Pirlo. He was one of my all-time heroes when I was a kid. He was on the 2006 Italian national team that won the World Cup. Andre Pirlo. Hey, Taga Kale says, yeah, Mix Diskerud was a beast. I met Mix Diskerud in person. Mix is a really good guy. Yeah, oh, wow, this is bringing back a lot of memories. Yeah, NYCFC would play at Yankee Stadium. So here we are, everybody, at 34th Street, Herald Square. And now we are at Penn Station, so you can go here to get the Long Island Railroad, the New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. Hey, we have Fernando in the house. What's up, Fernando? Hey, Josh D. What's up, Josh? Josh is always a good viewer of the chat, of the channel. Taga Chaos says Pirlo's penalty kicks are the most amazing. I agree. So David Villa actually played at NYCFC too. David Villa, Pirlo, all those guys. But Josh D, hope you're well, my friend. We're just skateboarding around. Always good to have you on the stream. FX says, yes, I agree. It's hard to run a full match and imagine extra time. Yeah, that's true. Especially if it goes into penalty kicks. Hey, Roy says, Tom, have you heard of Sprinkler? Yeah, of course. They are a SaaS customer experience management platform. My sister used to work there just before they went public in June. Wow. I hope she held on to her stock. So a lot of the hot IPOs in the software space are companies like Snowflake, if you've heard of them. So like Snowflake. So that's sort of the sector that I cover, Roy. So a lot of the times when I do my financial modeling, I cover companies like Atlassian, which is an Australian company for all of our Australian viewers. And they are mainly sort of like a DevOps company. So Atlassian was mainly for hybrid cloud, so like on-prem infrastructure as well. But by 2023, Atlassian is going to phase out all of its on-premise infrastructure support and only move to the cloud. So I think they're going to be able to better compete with companies like ServiceNow, Splunk. So in full disclosure, I am long Atlassian, and I've owned Atlassian probably since 2016. That's been a core holding in my portfolio is Atlassian. But the one thing about software stocks that you have to watch out for is they tend to trade at very high multiples in terms of their sales. So a lot of them will trade at, 30 times sales, 20 times sales, which is really crazy to think about. Hey, out and about. Wall Street Skate Pro, your parents must be so proud. Appreciate that. Hey, Julie's here. Julie, always loves having Julie here in the chat. Hey, and Elle's back. What's up, Elle? Welcome back to the chat. FX says, I love MLS soccer goals. High scoring league. Yeah, it's sort of like, you could think would describe it. You know, we don't have very, very skilled players, but we do have a lot of young American players that are willing to work hard. So it's extremely, extremely high scoring. It's very physical. So I agree. Hey, and we have AZ here. Wow, we have a full house tonight. AZ, welcome to the stream. Always love having you on the stream. Hey, and we have Michael DeCosta. What is up, Michael? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, Roy, so a lot of those SaaS companies have explosive earnings and sales growth. And one of the reasons why Wall Street likes those SaaS companies is because they have very predictable revenue models. And they tend to have extremely, extremely high profit margins. Extremely high profit margins. Yeah, Leah says, beautiful night, everyone. No rain, finally. Feels like it's rained almost every single day in this city. Yeah, the U.S. national team actually just beat Mexico for the CONCACAF championship. Not that that matters, but CONCACAF isn't a very competitive league, but nevertheless, it's still a good accomplishment. But really, the only good player on the United States national team is Christian Pulisic. So I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of Christian Pulisic, but Christian Pulisic is really, really good. Really, really good player. So here we are on West 35th Street. The 99-cent pizza store. So if anybody wants a 99-cent slice, here you go. Would you guys eat the 99-cent dollar slice? I think this is a deal. Look, 2 slices of pizza and a bottle of water for $2.99. Roy, let's see where Roy is. Hey, Josh D says, Tom, remember the old denim jerseys Team USA wore back in the 90s? I do. Roy says, interesting. Are they still good investments still? I'd love to hear your prediction on Sprinkler. Yeah, so maybe that will be one of the topics we cover on the stream. Hey, Felix is here. What's up, Felix? Hola, ¿cómo estás, Felix? So I think they are, but here's one thing that you got to watch out for. A lot of these high growth stocks, they perform well when the market is going up, but when the market goes into correction, these names tend to decline faster than the overall general market. And that's something called beta weighting. You beta weight the portfolio. So when you have stocks that move in lockstep with the S&P 500, but some stocks can have higher betas, where for every percentage move in the S&P 500, you know, these specific software stocks will move a little bit more. These stocks will move a little bit more. So if you think about like a company like Atlassian, if the S&P 500 is correcting, say 5%, Atlassian will probably be down 15 to 30%. It's all about beta weighting. I think that guy was taking I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna ignore that. So thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate it. Feel free to like the video and subscribe if you are new. So check out the new One Penn Plaza. Beautiful. They did a really good job here at Penn Plaza. Yeah, Andrew, it's really, really windy. Roy says, thanks, Tom. I remember that beta weighting. Yeah, so a lot of these SaaS companies, let's say if they traded 30 times sales and the market corrects and the NASDAQ goes down, well, you're probably going to have a company that's trading at 30 times sales go down a lot more than like a consumer staples company or like, let's say a 3M, right? But in good times, when the market is going up, growth stocks will go up a lot more. So if the S&P 500 for the year is up, let's say 30%, growth stocks will probably be up about 100%, something like that. Hey, photos from around New York says I'm out. Take it easy, photos from around New York. Photos from around New York says, hey, what's going on?
Are you recording us?
Absolutely, yeah.
What? Ready? Set, action.
There you go. Photos from around New York says, I feel pizza and Coke is a classic meal. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, they probably don't use real cheese either. So the only good 99-cent or dollar slice place is actually near Grand Central Station. We actually skateboarded past it, but it's crazy windy. Wow, the wind is really picking up. Yeah, Andrew, that guy was definitely doing something. Look at how bright these billboards are. Amazing view here. Cosmos says that was almost me when I walked back to McDonald's. AZ says, where are you headed to? God, I wish I was in New York. We're just skateboarding to the Empire State Building. This is really the conclusion to our ride. So we're gonna head back uptown. We're gonna head back uptown. But this is where I used to take the Long Island Railroad many years. So I used to get off right in here and walk to college almost every day. Right here at Penn Station, Pennsylvania Station. Taga Kale says, what's the current temp right now? So if you do exclamation point weather in the chat, Nightbot will drop the weather. If you do exclamation point weather. Exclamation point weather. FX says, do you have any stocks or instruments when investing where you use correlation or inverse correlation analysis? Yeah, so if you're talking about like portfolio hedging, so I'm a growth stock investor, right? So when times are good, I buy companies with extremely high earnings growth and extremely high sales growth. So when the stock market corrects, I'm going to take significant drawdowns in my portfolio. So one of the only things that I do, FX, is when the VIX is really low. When the VIX is in the teens, maybe like bi-weekly, I'll pick up put options just to hedge the portfolio. I don't do anything too crazy, but just to hedge the portfolio. Because if we have pullbacks, like let's say the S&P 500 is 10% extended from the 50-day moving average, I'll tend to pick up maybe a couple put options just to hedge my position, just as insurance, to sort of help me ride through the volatility. But that's really the only thing I do on my long-term portfolio. But for me, I'm 26 years old, so I have two segments in my portfolio. One of them is I just dollar cost average into the S&P 500, where I don't care where the stock market is. I do that every single week. Because even if the stock market crashes tomorrow and goes down 50%, I'm only 26, so odds are is that I'm probably going to be able to ride through that volatility over time. So if I'm 26 and I retire at 76, the stock market's probably going to recover over that 50-year, 60-period lifetime of my investment period, if that makes sense. But it's a good question, FX. What do you do? Do you do anything specific? AZ says, I don't know anything about stocks or shares and bonds. I'm just in here listening to whatever it is you're teaching us. Love the billboards and the bright lights, says AZ. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Blue72 says, Super Friends in the City, hello. Hello, Super Friends. It's a beautiful, beautiful view of the Empire State Building. Yeah, FX, I'm with the trend is the main direction. So some of the greatest investors of all time have been trend followers, right? So if you think about Stanley Druckenmiller, you know, the trend is your friend, even if you disagree with it. And I think that's why a lot of people had a very difficult time investing during the coronavirus pandemic, because sometimes the stock market is a leading indicator. The stock market is a leading indicator. So when things are bad and the economy is doing really, really terrible, that's when the stock market usually tends to turn and go up, because the stock market is a leading indicator, as they call it. Wow, look at this. This looks so cool. Hey, what's up, Loose72? Sally says, hi, Tom, I'm still here. Enjoy your stream. Thank you so much, Sally. Appreciate that. Taggart says, I mostly stick with ETFs and index funds. That's very, very smart. A few single stocks and bonds in my portfolio. I think that's really smart. So I think the majority of people, and we talk about that a lot on the stream, is that most people should probably just be dollar cost averaging into an index fund that tracks the S&P 500. Because an index fund will give you exposure to the broad stock market. And as we talked about ad nauseum on the channel, there's a guy by the name of Jack Bogle. So if you type !Bogle in the chat, B-O-G-L-E, it's going to drop a free audiobook of Jack Bogle's Common Sense Investing. Jack Bogle's Common Sense Investing. And Jack Bogle was the CEO and founder of the Vanguard Group, where essentially Jack Bogle said, look, the mutual fund industry on Wall Street is charging ridiculous amount of fees. Because the mutual fund industry, there's a front-end load fund and there's a back-end load fund, as well as a management fee. So Jack Bogle was like, let's just create an index that tracks the S&P 500 and make the expense ratio extremely, extremely low. So the average investor can make sure that they get the majority of the stock market returns, both in capital appreciation as well as dividend appreciation. So if you're new to investing and you're not sure how to evaluate companies, what I always suggest and recommend is start off by just dollar cost averaging into a low cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500. And while you're doing this, you should be learning and reading and educating yourself on how to evaluate companies the proper way, how institutional investors do that. And over time, let's say if you save your first $10,000 into an S&P 500 index fund, then maybe your next $10,000 could be in an individual stock that you've done a lot of due diligence on and that you know the fundamentals really well. So that's what I suggest. So we're right here on West 38th Street. Hey, Jonathan C's here. What's up, Jonathan C? Welcome to the chat, my friend. Hope you're well. But essentially, if you're looking for an individual stock to invest in, there is a certain criteria that the majority of institutional investors look for. And that is earnings growth. What is their compounded annual earnings growth rate? What are their pre-tax margins? What are their after-tax margins? And what are their revenue growth? So they want to make sure they're investing in a company that has strong earnings and sales growth looking out over the next 5-year time frame. Because if I'm a mutual fund manager, I'm managing billions of dollars. I'm not just managing a couple $100,000. So when I invest client money, I need to be able to invest for the long term. I can't be day trading stocks. Check out how beautiful this apartment building is. Hey, Cosmo Scary says there should be a command, exclamation point, dollar cost average into a low cost index fund tied to the S&P 500. There we go. Nice. Hey Sally, what's going on? Mark Davis says, Cosmo, read the book, The Can Manual by Christopher Tasker. Ooh, yeah, you were telling me about that. NYC 97 says, where's this apartment? It is on West 40th Street. It is on West 40th Street and Avenue of the Americas. And here we are at the Bank of China. Looks beautiful here, Bank of China. Taga Kale says, thanks for the stream. I gotta bounce, work in 44 minutes. We'll take it easy, Taga Kale. Yeah, so if you want to do the Nightbot command, you have to do exclamation point weather and then the location. So for example, weather and then Brooklyn, or weather and then New York. Something like that. So let's take a quick lap around Bryant Park if we can. Mark Davis is actually, I've seen many patents or patients who benefited from medical cannabis. That's awesome. Yeah, the bot is limited, Andrew, to I think 5 times every minute. So this coffee shop, Olenstein, is actually pretty decent. It's actually pretty good. Olenstein. FX is Wall Street Skate Bro. Your charts are line/bar or candlesticks when you're analyzing for buy and sell. So I mainly only look at weekly charts. That may sound really weird, but I mainly only look at weekly charts with just regular candlestick patterns, not anything else. I'm not really too big into technical analysis. I'm mainly more of like a fundamentals based investor/trader, where I just do my fundamentals. I evaluate the company and discount its cash flows out 5 years into the future, and I just make the investment. Hey, Lady Orleans is still here. Lady Orleans is Olenstein. Never heard of it. It's really good. It's really, really good here in Bryant Park. Cosmo Scary says, have you ever been to Australia, Wall Street Skate Bro? I have not, but I would like to go. Lady Orleans, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. I think this is one of the better views in the city. Because usually what you'll find, FX, is that if you're looking at a stock chart over the long term, you'll usually find a lot of clues as to are institutional investors buying the name. Because over time, if the stock becomes less volatile and it has an overall trajectory upwards, that usually means there's a lot of investors that are looking at this stock. Because when you have more institutional investors in a name, overall, the majority of times, it reduces overall volatility. So if you're looking at something small, like really small, like a, like a micro cap company, they're extremely risky because the volatility is probably 3 to 5x some of the blue chip stocks out there. So for example, let's say that you're looking at Microsoft stock and some big mutual fund at Fidelity says, you know what, Microsoft, we wanted it to be 5% of our portfolio, but now Microsoft has grown to 8%. Sell 100,000 shares. They can just sell 100,000 shares in the open market because Microsoft is so liquid. There's liquidity there. Yeah, the stock may drop 2%, but there's going to be 5 or 10 other mutual fund managers lined up to buy that stock. You know what I mean? Because it has good fundamentals. So that's why I tend to only buy companies with earnings. Because I don't like having too much exposure to companies that don't have any earnings. It's just too risky for me. So here we are at the Chrysler building once again. AZ says, I've noticed the streets of New York City are pretty clean. I don't see much garbage laying around other than those black garbage bags. New York City definitely got cleaner. Yeah, I would say so. I would agree. Andrew Calhoun says, show Tom support and like the channel and subscribe. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody that's liking the videos and subscribing. Yeah, but I think it'll be kind of cool to do a live stream behind the desk, just to get some thoughts out there, do some good old-fashioned securities analysis. But here we are at the New York Public Library. Beautiful, beautiful library here. Check that out. FX, absolutely, in regards to volatility. Joe Hernandez, hey, what's up, Joe? Says it's clear, beautiful night. Thank you, Joe Hernandez. We are outside the New York Public Library. Mark Davis says, are you doing that tomorrow, Tom, behind the desk? I'm gonna try to, Mark Davis, so I'll probably do a test live stream. I have to figure out a live streaming software that would work for me, but hopefully I can do that. That's the goal. That is the goal, to do that.
Where's my right
really nice look at the brand new library. This is the brand new library, and you guys could see the roof deck. So right here you could take your computer, you can check out books from the library, and you could sit up here on the deck and just read all day. It's so beautiful there. and it's right here on 5th Avenue and West 40th Street. It's unbelievable, this library. Hi Revis, is that so nice? Hi Revis, it's always good having you on the stream. Irie and Revis, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Same with you, Sally. Always a pleasure talking to you as well. Yeah, but I've noticed the streets in New York City are getting a lot more clean too. And what I think is happening is that during the pandemic, the sanitation department, their budget was cut. But now I think their budget is reinstated. Oh, check out all the motorcycles that are going to come down the street. So here we are at the New York Public Library. Beautiful here. FX says, yes, exciting. This is what I like about each live streamer. Always different topics discussed. We can never stop learning. I appreciate that, FX. Thank you so much. Roy says, Tom, at some point, will you enable super chats in your streams? Roy, I think I need to be at 1,000 subscribers in order to do that. So I think it's gonna take some time. So maybe in about a year or so, when I reach 1,000. But one of the reasons why I want to reach 1,000 subscribers is because I'll have access to the community page, and the community page will let me share with everybody my Microsoft Excel my Microsoft Excel financial models. So that's one of the main things I want to do on the stream. Is during the day when I'm at work, let's say if I'm researching a company or something like that, I can go to the community page on YouTube and post all of my fundamental analysis, and I could post my articles that I write so you guys can read it and sort of see the process of, you know, how I go about investing. You know, post some fundamental analysis for companies. So that's what I love to do, and I'd love to be able to provide that for all the viewers for free. So hopefully when the time comes, I'll be able to do that. Hey, Marco Pieces, always think of the movie Ghostbusters when I see the library. I do too, actually, for some reason. It's beautiful here. I really want to do a live stream from inside this library. It's one of my favorite places in the city. It's so beautiful, the architecture in here. It's amazing. FX says, you're welcome, Tom. AZ says, beautiful architecture in New York. Roy says, sounds good. I hope you reach 1,000 soon. Roy says, let's tell our friends about Tom's channel. That's funny. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. Yeah, but that's essentially what I want. I want a platform to be able to publish my investment work, right? So if I make a financial model, I can upload the Excel file, and people can make revisions, people can criticize it and go back and forth, and I think that's how we learn. Solo 401 says John Wick killed a guy there. No way, really? AZ says beautiful architecture in New York, really beautiful. So this is the Andaz Hotel, and the Andaz Hotel is actually on Wall Street. And I used to work at 82 Wall Street. And the Andaz Hotel was a beautiful, beautiful luxury hotel. AZ says, yes, Roy, hope so. So we are on West 41st Street, 5th Avenue. It's a beautiful night here in New York City. One of the things I used to like to do before they gated this area off is I used to go up here at night and read and just sit by the fountain and just listen to the sound of the water. This is a cool looking office building too. All right, everybody, let's begin our journey back up to 59th Street. And then we'll call it a night. I can tell there's a lot of people out, more than usual. Here we are, skateboarding up Fifth Avenue. Wow, look at the top of the Vanderbilt building. That color blue is amazing. Hey, we have Fernando here, Super Friends in the City. What's up, Fernando? Says that's the most beautiful scaffolding in Manhattan, Wall Street Skate Bro. Fernando, are you working tonight? Always have to watch for cars here. Everybody runs the red lights. Fifth Avenue is dead empty at night. It's almost therapeutic, sort of cruising through the streets of New York at night after work on a skateboard. It's just sort of relaxing. It's a good way to recharge for the workday tomorrow. these flags beautiful. Hey, good night, man. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the new viewers and all the new subscribers. Thank you, everybody. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do a live stream behind the desk. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll work out. That guy looked kind of drunk. Like, do a kickflip, do a kickflip. That's funny. So now we are at the Fox News building. This is also another very good steakhouse here. Hey, Erica Amara is here. Hey, what's up, Erica? Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before. It says, what times do you usually do streams? We usually stream after work. So I usually get off of work around 6:30. So I usually like to take a little bit of a break, eat dinner, and we usually start streaming around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 7:30 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Erica Amara. I try to do the best I can. But sometimes it's difficult because I'm working very long hours. But I just try to get a good exercise in every day after work. So I think skateboarding around the city is good exercise. It clears the mind and it gets me ready for the next day at work. So to answer your question, it's 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jeez. I hate when people do that with their cars. So this is the best halal food place in the city. It's called Adele's. Fernando, you know about this place. This is the greatest halal place in the city. Adele's famous. One of the best places. The fountain looks really nice. Mark Davis says, I remember here in Ontario, they want to open another 500 dispensaries here. 2021 to 2022. Mark Davis, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Lloyd, take it easy. Ireva says, I keep forgetting it's midnight in New York City. It is. Hey, Allie's here. Allie says, hi, everyone. Hope all is well. Allie is our new pal from Richmond, Virginia. What is up, Allie? Hope you're well. But I think we're going to call it a night here. But tomorrow is Friday, so happy Friday, everybody, wherever you are in the world. We're here at Radio City Music Hall. So I think we're going to call it a night here, everybody. Alice is doing well, was busy studying, but glad I caught some of the stream. Nice, always good to study, Allie. I was working crazy hours today too, but we're getting a lot of things done. Have a lot of big deals coming down the pike. I'm working with a company that puts on clinical trials. So we're closing a very big deal with them. So I think it's gonna be good, you know, just gotta keep pushing. And I think we're gonna close a lot of business this summer. Mark Davis says, I disapprove of recreational marijuana, but approve for medical purposes. Okay. Yeah, Mark, I think I'm sort of divided on that too. Because there's a big problem here in the United States, Mark, where a lot of people were going to jail for a long, long time just for having some weed on them. And that's not good. So I think what we should do is decriminalize marijuana, perhaps, maybe. But for medical purposes, I'm all for it. I think it's necessary. And I think it's a good substitute or a good alternative to all of these painkillers and the opioids. This looks like you're going through a time warp, doesn't it? So this is 6th and a half Ave. 6th and a half Avenue. A lot of people don't know about this, but it's right here. 6th and a half Avenue on West 52nd Street. Hi, Reba says thank you. Hey, Marley G is here. What's up, Marley G? Hey, Rosie. Hola, Rosie. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Skating through here looks like you're skating through like a time travel. Fernandez is great looking scaffolding. This is also another one of my favorite things about nighttime in New York. These steam things. Reba says you should make a time travel video with music. That's a good idea. That'd be cool. Outside Radio City. Gerald B, what is up? Ooh. All right, everyone. Super Friends in the City says, if it's in moderation, I think recreational cannabis is fun. Like alcohol in moderation is key. Wall Street Skate Bro. Yeah, I think I think it should be decriminalized. I don't think people should go to jail for it. I do agree. Alice is, that's great, sending positive vibes. AZ says, hi Fernando, I know you, my friend, seen some of your live streams. Yeah, please check out Super Friends in the City. Some great content. Gerald Lee says, Dems in Congress want to decriminalize pot federally, but Biden is against it. Yeah, what I think is that I don't think anybody should go to jail for an extended period of time for smoking weed. I think that's kind of crazy. All right, everybody, we are going to end it here. I do appreciate everybody that's been joining the streams, liking the videos, and subscribing. I will see you all in the next one. Hopefully, we'll be able to stream tomorrow. So be sure to look out for that tomorrow, if I can. So thank you everybody for joining. Please subscribe if you are new. So Fernando, thank you for joining. AZ, thank you so much. Rosie, always a pleasure to have you here. Gerald Lee, as always, one of our great viewers and friends to the chat. Thank you. Irene Rivas, hope you have a great night wherever you are. Andrew Calhoun is our pal from Australia. Thank you so much. Mark Davis, our pal from Toronto, Canada. Elle, the original. Hey, what's up, Elle? Elle, hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Finally Friday, everybody. So I hope everybody has a good Friday. Great weekend. FX, always a pleasure. Sally, always a pleasure having you on the stream. Karen, thank you so much, Karen, for joining the stream. Erica, hey Erica. Amara, good night, Erica. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you, Erica. FX says, Tom, thank you. Great chat, bro. Be safe and get home. We'll see you Friday. Marco P, our good friend. See you later, Marco. Thank you for joining. Mark Davis, out and about. Super Friends in the City, Fernando. See you later. Hope you have a great night. Fernando, hope to see you soon. Maybe we can hang out in Bryant Park. AZ, thank you for joining. Rosie, hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you for joining, Rosie. Charlie, thank you. Allie from Richmond, Virginia, thank you so much for joining. Marley G, thank you for joining. Out and about. Roy, as always, thank you. Andrew Calhoun, I appreciate it. Who else we got? And I think that's it. I think that pretty much covers it. So thank you everybody for joining. Feel free to like the video. Thank you to all the moderators. Subscribe if you like this content, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend. See you next time.